What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new video. It's dark out here. I think it's like 10 o'clock. I'm out here with Luna. We're doing our walk for the evening. We do this at least 2 hours a day. Under the cover of night, of course, where there's solitude, where there's quietude, where there isn't a bunch of noise and a bunch of mayhem going on that is oh so prevalent during the hours of the day. That is why I largely favor the nocturnal path that I am on, and I have been for a very long time. It's because there's quiet during the day. Or excuse me, there's no quiet during the day. There's solitude at night, however. There's a lot of peace and power in the night as well that goes untapped by most their whole life, because we are largely a day-based culture, correct? Now, I'm not bashing that in any way, shape, or form, but it is indeed the truth. The night is like a completely different world, folks. It's a completely different world. The sounds of the night, the way that it feels, even the way that it smells, believe it or not. So, in my opinion, with how much I walk in the dark, and I've been doing this for a very long time, and I walk a lot. I'm thinking, oh my God, 2 hours. I'm walking at least 14 hours a week, you guys. Yeah, at least 14 hours a week in the dark. It's made my eyesight better. It's made my hearing better as well. So in my opinion, there are some advantages to the night, and there's obviously quite a few disadvantages. The same goes with the day. So, but, you know, we live in a culture that's it's so hectic. It's so hectic, and it's so unfortunate because it doesn't have to be this way. It really doesn't. Human beings on a mass level right now are caught in a realm of illusions, and they're not aware of the fact that we as a species have the ability to reach heightened states of awareness through Kundalini rising, and that through that process, the transmogrifying fires of Kundalini, we can actually take the next step in human evolution, human development on the spiritual and physical level. I mean, Kundalini doesn't just affect your consciousness, folks. It affects every part of your being. Kundalini awakens in the body. The fire moves up the cerebral spinal system through a column known as the Sushumna. It awakens all of your chromosomes, all of your cells. It stimulates the cytoplasm in your cells, all of the genetic material, all of the organelles, the smooth endoplasmic reticulum, every part of your being on a subatomic level and on a macro level and in the level of the consciousness. I hope that makes sense. That was kind of a word soup. But because we are unaware of who we were designed to be, we live in a suboptimal state while not knowing simultaneously that there's more to the human experience. And the movement of this insane system, this dehumanizing system, this strange culture that we live in, it largely moves forward and is most active during the day. So the day is rather chaotic because there's so much movement during the day. Cars going everywhere, people speeding, people honking, phones ringing, obligations that have to be met. I mean, it really is crazy when you experience a Kundalini awakening and you have your psychic centers blasted open. Like after all of that, after you go through all that and you come back down into the material realm after the fire of Kundalini allows you to see the truth, when you come back down into the material realm after that and you observe the way things happen during the day, it's absolute fucking insanity. It's absolute chaos. It's like the antithesis of what we were designed to be doing. It's fucking nuts on a level that I'm afraid most people won't be able to understand. It's fucking crazy. So to me, the night represents the opposite of that. It represents a moment of clarity, a prism of sorts, not a prison, a prism. It represents almost like a key to a different world. And if you harness that power, you can use that world to your extreme advantage. the night is the one time, more often than not, where you're not going to be bothered, where you can sit in silence, and where you can be with your damn self. The night is the best time, in my opinion, based on the way that the world works nowadays. The night is the best time to work your magic and to do your inner alchemy. Hands down. The mass inertia, if you will, or movement of combined thought forms generated from millions of souls that are active during the day creates an energetic egregore of sorts that operates on its own volition during the day. And that's why sensitive people who are sensitive to energy, feel such a disruption in their own energy during the day. It's because you're saturated in all that shit. When people sleep on a mass level, that rolling force, if you will, generated by millions of people who are active and busy during the day, because thoughts are things, folks, and combined thoughts create a webbing of energy that you can feel if you're sensitive to it. But when people go to sleep at night, that webbing resides back into its dwelling place of sorts, metaphorically speaking, and you're left with a blank slate where you don't feel that chaos anymore. Now, obviously, I'm not some little bitch who can't handle the day. I can well off handle it, hands down. But I prefer the night. Always have, probably always will. And it's not because I hate sunlight. And it's not because this is some part of some vampire fantasy or werewolf fantasy or any garbage like that. I prefer the night because the Matrix is most active during the day. If the Matrix was the most active during the night, I would most likely favor the day. Catch my drift? I'm not picking one over the other out of some fantasy or this, that, and the other. No. That's not how my mind works. I naturally gravitate towards what works best and what's most beneficial. And for me, and for many others, the night is the best time to practice your alchemy and to work on yourself. The day is like it's just a massive fucking chaos sphere, if you will. So, anyways, you guys, I'm going to wrap this one up. Another little night side rant. Peace be with you.